Howdy ladies and gentlemen, I'm Scrub, and welcome back to Going Medieval. Last time, we got our garden expanded, and we got it inside the keep, which looks very nice. And you might see a little bit of fire there, because we also just finished up a raid. We've still got the angry music, but these guys are running off the field, so that'll be taken care of very shortly. We're gonna go ahead and have these guys on a pretty good sleep schedule for a while, since they, really messed up their sleep schedule. So we'll go ahead and deal with that. And since we're going to have a bunch of stuff we got to bring in, I'm just going to go ahead and copy an extra warfare stockpile outside, just for the sake of getting everything brought into the keep. We might not want to let them sleep too late, because we do have people that need to get bandaged up, but fortunately no one seems to be bleeding too quickly, so we should be okay. But for today, our other priority is going to be rethinking our defensive plan, because there are a few things that can be improved on for sure. Namely, one thing that hasn't really been done is these aren't technically built the best they can be, because what you want to do is you want to actually floor this, and then you can offset these by 1 so they stick out. You'll still get the defensive bonus for that, but more importantly, it lets you actually shoot under you. Fortunately, that hasn't really come up too much for these, because when they're on the approach, they're going to be more than 2 out anyway, and then once they're over here, at that point, we're firing out at archers. So that's okay, and the main reason that hasn't been done in the first place is because, yeah, if you've been watching the last parts, these are kind of built as soon as we can be, and we really haven't had time to improve it. The other thing that, more importantly, we want to look at is our actual gate layout, which this design, it definitely has pros and cons. The nice thing about this, and you can see it especially once they get through the first and second layer, it really restricts their capability to put out damage, and it kind of forces them into a fish in a barrel situation. The problem with that, and it kind of comes in relation to this, is you might think, oh, someone right here should be able to shoot this guy right here. Yeah, I think they still can't shoot directly under them, even if they're not being blocked by the Merlins. So that is part of why whenever we're trying to target people, they would run off the walls, because the pathfinding, you might think, oh, I don't have an angle, I'll move 1 or 2 over, get the angle, and then shoot. Even for range guys, it seems that the reaction is, instead of that, is more like, oh, I can't shoot this guy, I'm gonna go down, kick him in the groin, and bonk him on the head. So we need to address that. I don't really have time to babysit the AI that much to make them move 1 or 2 every time and then start shooting, since they're going to be moving around pretty consistently. The other thing that we need to consider is our sieges so far have been pretty good, but siege equipment is definitely coming. It's a matter of when, not if. Before that comes, I would love to have at least 2 levels of wall around the entirety of the keep, because we've seen that fires are starting to spread a lot more frequently. If trebs get in the base while we're actually trying to defend the outside, that's going to be a lot more of a concern, because they've been setting the fires once they get inside, but by that point, we're about done with the siege anyway. If they get a lucky hit and set a fire at the beginning of a siege, we probably won't have time to actually deal with that. The other thing that we need to do with that is also raise the interior wall so that we have access to the second level from everywhere. So today is going to be interesting, because we have a lot of compromises to make, and we have a lot of work that needs doing. So it's more a matter of prioritization than anything. Priority 1 is definitely making sure that our people are taken care of, so that's what today's going to be all about. Fortunately, since a lot of this is going to seed, we actually do have some freedom on our gardening crew, so that should hopefully help us get some stuff fixed. And I think the first thing, and probably the easiest to fix, with a couple key destructions, is going to be the gates. And once again, we're going to be reverting to an older design from Season 1, and we're probably going to go back to the double gates. Because as much as I do like this, the little fish in a barrel, because you may have seen during sieges, even if they're aiming at the wrong person, chances are a stray's going to hit somebody else. That's probably going to be less likely once we go to the double gate. However, we should hopefully also have room for more traps. I guess the thing I was thinking, and I'm looking back on it, I guess it doesn't really make that much of a difference, is, oh, they can get in through 2 gates at once. They're still going to have to get through one either way, and they'll still have 2 on each. They might also spend time trying to destroy an old gate, which, with the way gates work now, since they only have to go down to 20%, we don't even need to rebuild these from scratch, we just have to spend time repairing it. So I think going to the 2 gate design, 1, it'll give us more room to shoot down, but 2, will also be able to hopefully slow them down and have more traps. So in theory, it'll still be okay because we'll still leave the final single door here. So I think it'll be okay. First things first, we definitely need to let these guys re-up, reorganize some stuff, get some of these corpses out of base, please, because no one wants to look at them. Okay, and Grisha looks like she's the only one waiting for medical treatment. She should be okay? Yeah, okay, I think you just gotta do the wound a second time. Looks like Godsir's on that. And one other thing that I'm going to check out, I don't know how much it's going to actually help. I was casually browsing Reddit, and one thing I saw with frame rate issues, when it has assets that are outside of your stockpiles, I think in Sieges it's more of an issue of the AI trying to figure out its initial logic of trying to figure out how it wants to do a siege. I don't entirely know. I'm pretty dumb when it comes to the actual tech side of gaming. That being said, what I am going to do, I'm going to allow all these bones since we have our goats and they're going to have a lot of free time today anyway. I'm going to try and bring all these random bones that are all around the map into the stockpile. So hopefully that'll help with a little bit of that. I've been avoiding this because, you know, clearly we don't need to waste time doing that, but we're going to have time anyway. So yeah, I'm actually going to allow the entire map to be grabbed. So now our goats will have a lot of stuff to grab, but hopefully between, you know, we're not going to be doing much today anyway. That should hopefully help things out a little bit. We'll have to see. It actually looks like a lot of our guys are working. Grisha and Godsir are both still down for the count, but they should be okay after today. After that last siege, I think I have a different idea than I was initially planning, because I was thinking about making this the jail, but I think I might actually make this a training center. The other thing that I think might be part of why we've been having such difficulty in sieges is our technology. Our enemies are starting to come at us with a lot better technology on armor and shields, and the nice thing about these slings is, yes, our guys are more defended, but how much can a sling really do against plate mail? Not much, so we're gonna need to come up with something else for that. The main thing on that is that we simply don't have the skill level to use our decent stuff, namely longbows and crossbows. Let's see how much tech it costs, and it looks like we're actually catching up on tech again, which is nice. Combat training equipment. I think we can make these. Sewing station, bowyer, and then we build these, and fortunately they don't cost any skill. Well, I guess the follow-up is, do we actually want these gates where they are? Okay, these tall gates take 10 and it's exclusively wood. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and deconstruct all of that to start, and then we'll probably also need to delete some of these interior walls as well, and definitely try and get this hair carcass brought in as well, so we'll have some good eats. And someone please get rid of the dead body. It's very bad for our people to look at. But honestly, the other thing that I did notice is I think our clothing is actually making a huge difference, because nobody rebelled, even though that was a very tough siege and our guys had to stay up all night to fix it. Good news, if you look fabulous, you don't mind looking at corpses. Lesson learned. And see, Good Peach is already still being trained, so my guess is that honestly sheep are probably bugged out on the training, but let's just pretend that Old Peach was a dick and New Peach is much better. There we go. Best Peach. And that does mean that one thing we will want to construct right away just to make sure that we can get around is that one. Thinking we probably will want to bring this out one more, because we're going to delete these 2 interior ones. We'll have to see how much space we have once we move these gates over by 1. I'm thinking we'll probably have to bring this entire thing over at least 1. Also, I guess they have to repair these before they can destroy them, which seems counterproductive, but actually, hold on. If I prioritize... Yeah. Oh, wait, do these actually take time to deconstruct? Because most things, they just come up and hit it and it gets destroyed, but maybe because these are gates, it takes a bit longer? Nope, I think they literally have to repair it before they can destroy it, which is inconvenient. Okay, that's kind of weird. I feel like that should just be deconstructed if it's broken, but What do I know? And it looks like we got most of these traps fixed up too, which is great. We're probably gonna lose some stuff on the stockpile, which I'm mostly fine with. Although, since we do have space again, we can start slowly trying to bring some of this in. And someone please get rid of this corpse, Adonia? Yeah, I'm tired of everybody looking at it. Thank you. Yeah, we need to take care of at least one more layer on these. So that means we're definitely going to need to bring this one out one more. And for those curious about system specs, I am going to eventually, probably after this recording, I'll actually link my system settings in my channel description. Because, yeah, I think this game, unfortunately, is a bit of a resource hog. So I might actually try and spend some time looking that up, see if there's any fixes that I'm unaware of. This game is also, again, in early access, so there's a lot of optimization stuff, and I am on the stable branch. I'm not on the beta or anything, so hopefully that's just something that gets fixed as time goes on, because there's a lot of things for logic that this game does need to consider, so I'm guessing that's the main issue. Okay, and I think now we can probably get our guys on a legit schedule again. Or at least try to get their sleep schedule normalized. Also gonna try changing the schedule a little bit. I feel like if we have 6 hours on at least before leisure, and then we go into a bit less on the back end, that might be a little bit better. So I'm gonna try that to make sure we can, at least at the start of the day, guarantee that a decent chunk of work will get done. And yeah, these red currants are starting to come in, but we do want to wait until they're at least ripe so that we can hopefully get one field of it down pretty quickly. Then we'll extend this gate a little bit more this way, and I'll probably bring this one out as well. Because we definitely want to have extra room for mobility on the gates as well. I think that might hopefully help things out. Okay, other than some people doing their morning routine, I think we're back in the full swing of things. So yeah, no one looks like they're bleeding, so... Okay, that was actually a pretty quick recovery for a siege that was pretty tough, so I will take that. But I think before we do any major construction, we do definitely want to get the Great Hall finished, and we definitely want to also get some sort of roof going over this. And I think we'll just stick with a hay roof right now since we have some extra fodder, and we probably want to save our sticks and wood for other projects. Unfortunately, I do think we're going to have to destroy some of these stick traps, but I think we'll be able to lay more in the long term, so I'm okay with that. And we had a bunch of goats get born, I think, in the midst of us working on stuff, so we'll go ahead and get them on hauling, so we should have a lot more of that getting done. We might honestly want to even consider slaughtering some of the first generation so that we have a little bit of extra meat floating around while we get other stuff done. And it looks like our animals honestly might have already gotten all of that extra hauling done since we didn't have much else to do yesterday. So yeah, hopefully that is a decent fix for frame rate. Again, I think the initial siege phase as well as weather effects are just gonna consistently cause frame rate issues. Every little bit helps, right? Okay, and we got the first ring of that done, so we can go ahead and get rid of this layer. I might have an interesting idea. We're gonna get rid of these ones as well. I think we need only 4 spots for gates, but I do want to try something a little bit different. Since we're redoing a old design anyway, we might as well try and freshen it up a little bit if we can. And I do want to double check. Okay, we do have our construction template set up as I want it to be set up. So if we do have people with free time, everyone will help out with basic construction, but other than that, we do have our good builders prioritizing it. Even with the way new sieges work, where they want to have the later stages, instead of just mobbing you with hundreds of enemies, they want to send a lower number of high quality things. This is still a pretty good kill box, so I think it'll be okay. And who's unhappy? Aldolf, why wouldn't it be you? Even though we do have him unmarked for red, is still considered manual labor, so you're just gonna have to get over that, dude. So Aldolf's just gonna be bitchy. He'll get over it. He might actually get one of the first chambers to make him feel a little bit better and hopefully stop him being unhappy all the time. Okay, there we go. We officially have the shared chamber back underway, so that'll help. And idle Marcheria. Okay, there's a pretty easy fix for that, honestly. Get our oldest. We're not killing the dog, obviously. We can go ahead and get, I think, a few of the first generation of goats set up for giving us a bit of meat. Also, it did just dawn on me, maybe I'm making this up. Did we have a Margeria last season that was also kind of a complainer? I might be confusing things. We could have you do some hunting. Oh, fishing. Okay. Yeah, let's definitely set up some fishing jobs. That'll be pretty good for us. I don't know if they have to swim out over here to do this one. I'm gonna mark it anyway since it's close. If they can cast from the shore, that'd be great. Also, we can probably actually destroy this ramp, because if that's going to just give the enemy easier access in, then we don't want them to have that. I do think I'm going to plan on building a bridge eventually, and we'll probably just set it up with dozens of traps. I hadn't even considered that until just this moment. That's definitely not a priority, because we need to make sure the keep is in good condition before we start doing external works, but that is definitely something to start considering. Yeah, that's going to be kind of the plan for this, is as we take stuff out of here, we'll bring this stuff inside, and then once everything's inside, we'll reevaluate our equipment on everybody and go from there. Follow up, we should probably get everyone on range, no shields, so that they hopefully... Oh, I guess we never switched you over. That explains that. There we go. So hopefully we can get everyone with good quality bows. I think once we have javelin tech, we'll possibly try that, and I think throwing axes will also be pretty good once we have somebody that can use them effectively. So I think once we have those, we'll probably consider swapping some of the more melee-oriented people to those, since they can also kind of hold the line impromptu with those types of weapons. Everyone's up and running, so we should probably go ahead and get the tall gates back underway. And it says we have iron ingots. I don't think we have that many. 25. We never rebuilt the smelter either. How much raw material do we have on iron? Not that much. Okay. So I guess decrafting probably just gives us the iron ingot straight away instead of the raw material. I do think I'm going to hold off on that, because I'd probably rather use that for security doors once we have... Well, and it's an extra 20. I don't think it's worth the iron right now, since it's a bit more of a commodity. Since we have a little bit of free time, hopefully, I'm going to go ahead and just destroy these traps, and then we'll rebuild them. If nothing else, it's good XP for our guys to get, hopefully. Oh, another apple tree. Love to see it. And yeah, now that we have a apple tree going in full force, I think we're going to be able to start using a lot of that for our brewing, so that'll be nice. And we do have all the bracers off since we are officially into the hot season, which is great. We should probably try and get some chambers set up today as well if we have free time, but again, I think defense has to be our priority. Yeah, we're going to go tall gate. I think we want to align that with the front wall. And what I'm thinking, we'll do that, and I'm going to try putting a basic wooden wall in the middle. So I think that'll be a good point to set traps off of. And again, if nothing else, it is a little bit different than our old design, so hopefully that's good. How many of these can we actually fit back to back? So here's the thing. Do we want to prioritize getting more traps in, or do we want to have the gates? Because I think if we bring this trap up, we could squeeze another gate in here. The thing is, with how the shooting works, we're barely gonna have shots on these guys. I think it'll literally be just these guys that can shoot down, because I don't know if these guys will get blocked by the destroyed gate, if it considers that a resource. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the original plan. Block that up, and that'll leave us room to put a lot of traps in these two sections, so I think I'm okay with that. This is one, again, if you have any insights, do feel free to let me know, and if we don't have another siege after this, I am willing to change. I am probably going to record another part before this episode airs, so I may not implement your advice immediately, but it will be in consideration for future episodes. And I think we should probably try and get another round of wood cutting in before the harvests come in. And we have a lot of dead trees we can get, so we'll get a bunch of these set up. Not the live one. Thank you. And hopefully by the time this is done, our next harvest will be in, and then we'll have plenty of wood to keep us busy in the meantime. And I think since this plan's in place, we can go ahead and do this. Let's see. The wind traps are only 25 and 1. Oh, that's iron ingots and mechanical. Definitely don't do that. How much metal does it take to make a mechanical component? I think it's 15 metals, if I'm not mistaken. 15 metal, 5 fuel. Hold on to our mechanical components for now until we have a chance to go get that iron, which I promise we will try and get some eventually. At this rate, though, won't be until a few days into summer. Because I do think the priority is going to be, again, making sure our keep itself is in good condition. If nothing else, we can always tear down the old stick traps and replace those. The advantage of this is that we will be guaranteed to squeeze in a couple extra traps. So that'll be nice. Yeah, I think the problem's going to be right here. We're literally not going to be able to place anything except these ones, but Better than the kick in the teeth. We can get a little creative here, because there is at least one diagonal path, so I think we have less trap set up in here. But I do think, again, long-term, it should be a little bit more effective for our shooting, which is our primary damage output anyway. And I don't know if we're going to have time to get the Merlins done this part, but I do want to at least get the start of the stick flooring underway so we can at least move faster. We'll change it as we can. I'm going to start with stick flooring. As soon as trebs hit them, they are likely going to get destroyed. One, I'm pretty sure it doesn't destroy the Merlins those are attached to once we bring these out. I will probably brick the entirety of the walkway eventually, since we have so much clay and brick is very durable. But that probably won't be for a while. And happy birthday, Marsharia, no perk. I think another thing I might do if we have some free time, in addition to bring the Merlins out for the shooting, because I think this is mainly going to be, at least for now, is going to be for on the retreat. I might even go ahead and try and stick trap the entirety of the exterior wall, because I think another thing I have noticed that the AI tends to do is on the approach, at least over here we haven't had the chance to do any shooting, which is, I think, when this will be more important to bring out. But I think they try to stick along here anyway, so we might get some free damage on the way up. That's also going to be an extremely long-term project, but let's definitely get these gates up, and then I'll probably start working on a little bit more interior work. The other thing I'm hoping is that once we upgrade the traps, they tend to be more consistent, because in sieges, I see a lot of trap misfires, which, one, I don't think the stick traps are going to do much to higher quality armor anyway, but even just getting that initial bleed damage so they slow down is so crucial to once they get inside, which I would love to get a little bit more consistently. And speaking of stockpile, how's the bottom floor looking? Okay, we still have plenty of room in the warehouse. We're pretty consistently using our resources, which is kind of a rarity for me, but is also very nice, because that means we don't have to worry about expanding the warehouse constantly. And I'm thinking to help out with mobility, we're going to add a second layer to the interior of the wall so that people can get around each other a little bit easier. I did see an interesting comment on the last part as a way to help our guys not move so much, is that while they're on the Merlins, it does stick them in place. Unfortunately, I think that doesn't give them the full defensive benefit, but that is an interesting idea if we have somebody that's going to be, you know, relatively safe back here, and if they don't have shooting, that we can kind of throw them on here, and I guess that would also give them a little bit of additional range. So I think once they're in a safe position, that might actually be a very interesting idea. I think every siege so far has had shooting, which that might be something that got changed, or maybe it's just a higher difficulty thing. Because I know last season there were a lot of sieges where they literally only had melee weapons, and those were very good for us. I think that might actually be a little bit sketchier now with the gate rework. We can't plan for a siege until it's here, so we'll take those issues as we go. And I think we can add one more to these, and then I think this will be the new gate layout. I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I don't think we need to necessarily add the second wall here. We do want to be able to shoot down relatively close, but I'm just gonna try adding a little bit of a walkway like this, because that should give us some decent shooting down, because we'll probably still have the smoke shack over here. I might even put that a little bit further out to be safe. And speaking of, I think another thing that I did remember off camera, I think if a fire spreads to a barrel, it automatically sets it off so that it can douse stuff. So I think in addition to the barrels we already have, once we have our fire production buildings outside, I'm probably going to go ahead and put a barrel next to every one of those, so that it hopefully prevents any fires from spreading like that. Don't know if the raiders will actually destroy barrels to try and prevent that. Like, they'll destroy the barrel first and then set something on fire. Since wetness is a factor in the game, that might prevent that from happening anyway. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I do think I like the aesthetics of the gates swinging inward, so I'm going to set them all up like that. So this is going to be what the more or less finished product of the new interior is going to look like. We might need to bring our insides in one more to give us a little bit more shooting, but I think we should have a little bit more freedom of mobility to shoot inward. We might even want to bring the defenses out one more this way so we can delete some interior stuff so that we can shoot down. We'll have to see how the next siege goes. But that's also part of why I like this new interior column, is that that should let them have more room. And actually... Oh, hey, a friendly visit for once. Thank you. We really needed this. Send us spices. Okay, so this should be a decent merchant as well. So we'll have to see what they have to offer us. We'll probably even try and offload some of this armor onto them if we can. And I think we can add one more wicker flooring like so, and that should give us a lot more freedom of mobility. And out of curiosity, can we actually build over a gate? We can. That is interesting, but that might also give the enemy cover. I think this is gonna offer more pros than cons, so I'm gonna try it. There we go. Say on this gate, if we get over here and shoot them, this one shouldn't block it, so I think that'll be okay. I'm probably overthinking this, and it probably doesn't block anything, but before it blocks everything. And set this to interior. Yeah, I think that looks really good. Although does have slightly higher, but we probably want to give it to somebody with a growth, so... A lot of buddy. Oh yeah, we should set up a merchant stall at some point. I forgot that's a thing. Okay, it has 30 coins on him, so it's not the most. But, oh, hello. Limestone and clay bricks. The limestone's immediately interesting to me. He does have some seeds, and we are out of carrot seeds, so we'll definitely grab those. Actually, sorry, cancel real quick. Okay, beets we're doing all right, cabbage we're doing all right, and herbs we're gonna gather from the wild. So we definitely want the carrots. I don't know if we're gonna need anything else. Like, I guess if there's a new vegetable, but I think we have all of them, if I'm not mistaken. Do not attack. We talk. There we go. So yeah, we'll take the carrot seeds for sure. Donkey, I don't think we need. Ice, we can make pretty consistently on our own. We can make our own food. I was talking about needing healing kits, but I think we've been doing okay so far. And I think we're actually gonna start approaching that technology soon, even if it's just the basic ones. Looks like we are already out of barley, so we'll go ahead and grab all that. I may have been a little bit gung-ho grabbing that, but we should also be able to get some from nature soon, so I don't think it's that big a deal. If we wanted all your limestone, how much would that cost us? 266. And let's say we want all your gold as well. I guess we need to get 300. I don't think there's anything else we need. There might be some nice to haves, but this guy's an okay merchant. I thought he'd be a little bit better with the tagline he had, because we can make these pretty easily. It's just a matter of having the time to do it. What do we have that's expensive? Our animals, and they're all worth the same. I have a female and a male goat. We could offload some of our lower quality clothing. And since we're giving him animals, that actually raises his carry capacity. Give you that. Definitely don't give you the cat. Yeah, sturdy and flimsy clothing, it is heavy, but he does have capacity, and it's a good way to get rid of the stuff, because that means you don't have to worry about decrafting it. We can give him some of the hoods and stuff, because we know we're not going to be using them, because we're going to be using armor. We can have all our tree saplings, because we don't care. Okay, and unfortunately, he doesn't want any actual weaponry, but he will take clothing. Out of curiosity, if we gave you all the bricks we have right now... Okay, that's too much. If we give you some animals to go with that... Okay, we have an abundance of male goats. There we go. Although now we can start looking at stuff we might want. I'm gonna grab a healing kit as well. And I think that's about as best a value as we're gonna get. Okay, so here's the trade deal. We're offloading 6 goats, a bunch of clothing we don't need, a bunch of bricks that we can make pretty much anytime we want. In exchange, we're getting carrot seeds that we need, some barley that we need, a bunch of limestone bricks that are hard for us to make, 30 gold, and a healing kit. I feel like that's a very good trade deal for us. And a lot of goes up to 15. I think she gained 3 levels off of that, so that was very much worth doing. And bring all that in as a priority, please. Okay, that was a very good merchant visit. We take those. And we are approaching the summer season, so I'm guessing we're gonna have a very rude summer to start off. So with that in mind, what do we want to hit next? Actually gonna pause for a second so I can think. Okay, we do have the harvest starting to come in, at least for flax. We're planting those carrots immediately, which is good to see. We do have a full field of barley, so we should be okay over the long term. One thing that did sketch me out is we do have the back wall of the Great Hall exposed. So I think I want to prioritize blocking that off. I think I'm going to leave a space of 2. Go for that. And I guess we can actually bring that out like so, and then we'll link it up over here, which means we can delete this and give ourselves more room for future expansion. I guess that means we should probably go ahead and chop all those down as well. And we'll also be able to delete these and recover some of that wood. I think we might actually be able to bring most of this, if not all of it, inside. I'm actually going to mark that as urgent haul. Well, that'll be 15. That's most of a field. I'm going to harvest these a little bit early. So I'm guessing there should be another bush around here somewhere, and then we can get those planted. And then hopefully once that's done, we don't really need to plant anymore, since you can harvest from the same bush multiple times. So that'll be lovely. And here's some wild barley. We'll definitely keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I'm guessing red currant is a summer crop, by the way, because we're not seeing too much of it, but I think it also lasts pretty well into the early winter months. So we should be okay. And there's some barley pretty far out, but again, barley is never going to be going out of style. Okay, we still have 8 goats, 3 females, 5 males, and they're all pretty young, so we should be okay. We'll probably hold off on getting rid of goats for a while, though, just to be safe. We do also have the dogs helping out with hauling, and we do have one more that still needs to get trained up. But once that's done, we should be okay, because the cattle will also help out with hauling. I have no idea what he's doing that's unskilled labor, because he's mining, tailoring. We're not even doing mining jobs. Is it the animal husbandry? Firefighting, convalescing, not training. Okay, I'm guessing it's the crafting. Which, by the way, cool that it doesn't let you know that, but looking at that description, it says non-skilled work, so I'm guessing that's the issue. We'll leave him off that for the moment and see if that makes him cheer up a bit more often. If it isn't that and you do have an idea of what it might be, again, feel free to let me know in the comments, because I think we can afford to spare some people from crafting, but I do also like that as a general backup activity. But I think that might hopefully get him to stop bitching. So our warfare stockpile should be up and running, except for this one Gambison. Please haul that. Okay, we definitely want to wall that off. And I did have an idea that I kind of want to test out. Actually, you know what? I think I have a slightly better idea. Bring these out to the edge. 2 wooden stairs. Can you actually... Okay, fair enough. Okay, we'll bring these back ever so slightly by 1. Do 2 wooden walls there. 2 beams. And then we will put wicker flooring along the entire thing. Okay, so that should give us a little bit more quick access over to the walls as well from this side of the keep. Okay, and that's confirmation. Decrafting just goes straight to the iron ingots, not to iron nuggets, because we're up to 28. I'm not going to upgrade these security doors quite yet that I wanted to, but I will be keeping that in mind. Bad Dream Night Terror. Okay, I'll be honest. 1, kind of a dick move to blame that on me. 2, I've never seen that. Okay. I had one of those dreams where your teeth fall out. Okay, you know what? That's fair. I hate those dreams. I've had that before. Not the stark naked part, but I've had dreams where I felt like my teeth were falling out. That sucks. Paralyzed as the water rose about me. I knew I was going to drown. Okay. Again, dick move for blaming that on me, and get your own religious activity in, idiot, but... Alright, we're down in Aldolf. That's what I get for trying to treat you nice, I guess. And happy summer. High temps, heat wave. We do have barrels around the base, so I think we'll be okay, but I did also want to, in preparation for winter, because these exterior water barrels will freeze over. So one thing I will definitely want to do is have some water barrels inside, so that if a fire does break out during winter, we can actually respond to it. But we have plenty of building projects that need to get done right now, and we are working the fields, so that will... Hopefully we can still get plenty of stuff done. Yeah, I think the problem is Aldolf might have actually been helping out with construction efforts. How are we looking on workshop projects? I might actually want to scale back some of this. We can probably go ahead and cancel sling production. I will keep the staff slings, but I don't think we need the basic slings anymore. I was doing this for the XP, but I don't think we care about that anymore. This is as it should be. How are clothes looking? Okay, we are still trying to get high quality stuff here, so I am okay with still working this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I want 8 and 8 of good quality so that we can... Actually, let me check something real quick. Let's see. Summer Boys is good and above. Okay, also, yeah, the thing I always confuse is the difference between good and fine. Good is tier 3, fine is tier 4. I'm gonna do a quick check. I'm gonna have everyone go over to Summer Boy apparel. And I'm going to see how much we don't have. I think we'll have to force unequip some of these, but that's fine. Okay, let's just start off with those ones, and then we'll see. Because I think the people that are force equipped should probably have good stuff anyway. Because I think that's why I equipped them. Because if we have the good quality stuff on here, then I can actually bring this down to like 5 or 4. Because that means we can start focusing on having high quality winter gear for when that rolls around. Okay. All right. We are officially good on summer gear. So how much do we have left over? We have 5 left over. Then we'll decraft that. Okay, that's about perfect unless some still getting hauled over. So if we have good quality winter gear, then we are A-okay. And just confirm, yeah, we're decrafting sturdy. Okay. So I think Godsir is just about caught up on tailoring, which is fantastic. Go ahead and bring that inside, because we will... Oh, I guess we're full. That'll get brought inside eventually. If not, it's sturdy. I don't really care. And I think once this bridge gets done, I think we'll be good to start on the Merlin extension. And then after that, we'll probably have a siege by then. If not, then I do want to try and bring this up to the 2nd tier, because I definitely want to protect the warehouse. This one we'll do last, because it hopefully isn't going to be that big a target, but we'll see. I'm also considering putting in a gate here just to be safe, but I'm not sure if we need to do that anytime soon. That seems more like a nice to have. That might be a winter project. Oh, we have some of this extra flax we have sitting out going to be finished, so we'll go ahead and harvest some of that. All right, guards in Marsh area. You're 2 people that I'm actually relying on. I need you guys to get along. That'd be great. And there goes the merchant. Thanks for visiting. You were a great one. Bye, goats. Hope you like your new home. Okay, looks like we are getting the first set of red curing in. I think they're going to actually grab those and immediately plant them, which is a little inefficient, but I'm not going to micro that. I'm sure it'll be okay. And the wooden stairs are getting built, so hopefully that means they'll get the rest of this done in a timely manner. You know, I was just talking about extending the Merlins. I might try and squeeze in... Yeah, you know what? If we have any spare time, we do want to get better. Let's get the training stuff underway. Practice dummies, that's a pretty easy one. That's going to be more for melee. Let's say 5. That should be a pretty quick one. And more importantly, practice targets. Let's keep 10 of those in reserve. What do you actually need? Oh, it's literally sticks. Okay, that'll be easy. And over here now. Oh, we need a lot of range for that. Okay. That's fine, because now, and fortunately it's just going to fit, we have a legit archery range, yay! And I think we're good to set up some practice dummies over here as well. I don't know if we're gonna be planning for that anytime soon. What I'm kind of hoping is that whenever somebody has a ranged melee weapon equipped, they kind of split their time between the two. If you have any insight on that, do feel free to let me know, because I've never done any of this, so I don't know how it works. And we definitely do need to have more chopping going as well. And right now, I am just going to go ahead and grab all the red cure and IC to make sure that we have the internal field set up, so that hopefully by the time midsummer rolls around, we'll be able to get this pretty quickly. Probably get maybe 3 or 4 out of the red current. We'll have to see, but I think we have plenty of construction projects going for the time being. And I am going to go ahead and try and deconstruct some of these. We might get some wild animals in base, but if we get some free meat out of it, so be it. I do want these guys to get to this a little bit quicker. They're wasting a lot of time on it right now. And I think pretty soon, if we don't have it already, we should be able to actually use honey for mead. Let's see, where is that? That might be the distillery. Oh no, brewing right here. I think we probably want to save up for the next research table, because I think after we get all this set up, and again, I know we have so many construction projects going, we do want to expand the library sooner rather than later, and we do have it mostly set up for it. Fortunately, they didn't destroy this last piece overnight, so hopefully they knock these out in the morning, then we can seal up the base pretty quickly. I'm actually going to go ahead and cancel the melee stuff. That's definitely not a priority. And I'm going to go down to 2 ranges because we have so much going on. Don't think we actually have that much time to spend training, so that might be a little greedy, but Sometimes greed pays off in games. We'll have to see. That being said, we do still need to get these traps done as well. Okay, and I think if anyone's gonna try and sneak into base, they should be trying to sneak in now, so we'll have to keep an eye out. We might be able to get some free meat out of this. Oh, and Aldolf is done with his, he's done with his bitchin'. Okay, so far he seems happy, so I think we might have fixed it, hopefully. Okay, we're actually getting all this red Kieran in, which is great. Adonia, I really wish you would not be doing the most suboptimal path when you're trying to set up this construction. Mehanilda's getting good at studying, so that's good. You know what? No. You come do this right now. I am tired of you doing the wrong thing constantly. No. I think it's something they have in the patch notes. These guys get real odd with their pathing choices pretty consistently, unfortunately. I think it is more about the order that you set things up and not about what makes sense. So if you're curious about why your guys do weird things, I think that's what's happening. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that, by the way. Oh, here we go. Okay, you know what? We don't even have anyone that can do it yet, unfortunately. I am absolutely going to try and get a bear friend again. It's going to happen this season, I promise. That or I'm going to die trying. I might die anyway, but, you know, we'll also make an attempt. Okay, here we go. So now, hopefully, people stop moving around like dinguses for a little bit. Okay, we are running low on wood, but we're still okay, and we still have plenty of sticks, so we should be okay for what we have set up. We're also waiting on our gardening crew to have some free time to cut down some of the stuff in here, and of course Marjorie and Marcus won't be friends. Why would they be? We do also need to reconstruct a bunch of the stuff that we had destroyed in the last siege, so we'll probably set those up soon. Oh, hey Marjorie, you're back to it. Good. You should actually take care of that right now though, so you should be okay. I guess someone always has to be unhappy, huh? No matter how much we do. I forgot this is a mechanic, because we haven't even built the cartography table yet. Flourishing Tewksbury grows more influential in the region with each day that passes. This is sure to attract more settlers and perhaps garner unwanted attention from other settlements. Hopefully we get a good thing first, but let's be honest, this is a very hard survival. We're gonna get the bad thing immediately. That might be one of the triggers for siege equipment. Yeah, we definitely need to let things finish. Things don't get built immediately in this game. Okay, looks like that first herb harvest came in. And okay, Grisha is working on the archery ranges. Oh, these take a while. And Marjoria, yep, you're not deprived, you're just an idiot. We'll move away from slings, so that's actually pretty good for us. I might end up regretting it, but I am gonna hold off on dropping these by force, because they're sturdy and I don't want them getting decrafted. So we'll just let those break naturally, and then if we need to in the siege, we'll drop them and get something better, but for now it should be okay. And I guess just set these to forever? And then eventually someone will do that when they have free time? I think that's how that's gonna work. Also, that would be a nice bonus if that gets considered an entertainment activity. I doubt it, but... Also, Aldolf, why are you bitching now? Okay, seriously, what's your problem? I have taken you off just about anything that you could not want to do. Well, at least we have another apple tree, so that's more important. Yay. Is it construction? I don't know if he's been doing any construction, though. I don't think he has been, but maybe I've just been missing it. But I feel like construction, it would be smart enough to mark that, but maybe I'm expecting too much. Okay, we are getting the traps built finally, so we should be, hopefully, in a decent position once that's done. Marjorie and Marcus are now friends again. Huzzah. Okay, so hopefully by the end of tomorrow, all these construction projects get done. Yeah, what was the Kevlar template? I'm gonna knock that down to good and higher, and we'll try that out and see if we can get everyone equipped. And I think top hats was the same thing, right? Yeah, I'm gonna drop that to good and see how it looks. See, that's good, fine. That's flimsy, yikes. Sturdy, flimsy. Okay, we'll have to see how everyone looks equipped after this morning. Okay, so soon we should be able to get these to go to seed, and then we'll probably just do regular harvests from there. Also gonna go ahead and remove some of these external works just to make sure that we get caught up on everything, and then we'll reevaluate. Because we've got a lot of people going to a lot of places right now. And I kind of want to see if we can get caught up on everything that we have going. Okay, so I don't think it's construction, because he would have just gotten the negative modifier, right? Yeah, I don't know why you are being so bitchy. I've taken you off anything that I can possibly think could be considered basic labor. And you're not fighting, you're not training, so that's not causing it. Oh yeah, follow-up. How's everyone's equipment template looking now? We have everyone on the good Kevlar and top hats. Excellent. And Summer Boys. So everyone should be as happy with their gear as they can be. Do I want to switch over to Click Click Boom yet? Probably not. Also follow-up. Yeah, how good is Click Click Boom? Fine. Drop that down to good. I guess we could just do a quick science check and before we get attacked while everyone's not got a weapon equipped. It's force equipped, so that should be fine. That one we'll have to keep a little bit of a closer eye on. But I am okay with us trying to craft up to at least decent quality short bows, since we're mostly caught up on construction now. Okay, I think a lot is going to finally take care of this, so we should have this wall double layered pretty soon. And we do actually need to hold off on construction for a bit, because we are almost out of wood. So we'll take care of what's in the base, and then, ooh, hello. I didn't even notice these. Can we get to those? Get a little bit of wicker flooring like so, and then we'll definitely chop these down. Yes, and you two are unhappy. Why wouldn't you be? Okay, so there is the new layout for the traps for the moment. A bit less firm to step on, but in theory, this should give us much better shooting, so we'll have to see how it goes. And this is all sticks, so we should be good on that, right? Oh yeah, down to 500. And in just a few moments, hopefully, we have a bridge across here. And crop blight, why wouldn't it be? Okay, here's the thing. So what you normally want to do, I'm probably going to have to... But Aldolf and Margeria are gonna rebel, probably. Screw it, it's fine. So what you normally want to do for this is actually have everybody go... Everyone prioritizes cutting plants because we don't care about what quality they are. Yeah, now we play the micro game of cutting every blighted crop, which I guess is kind of unfortunate because we are trying to get these to go to seed, so the timing is probably about as bad as it could be because it's almost done. Actually, yeah, drop down anything that's ahead of that to 2, just to be safe. Okay, so yeah, now everyone should be prioritizing that over anything else. And now you play the clicky game. And if we're on it quick enough, it shouldn't be an issue. Fortunately, some things, namely red currant and herbs, don't get blighted, I think. I don't think they're able to. Since we're getting this quick enough, we should be getting the crops off of these, so it's not a total waste, and it looks like it's not spreading too rapidly. Yeah, unfortunately, you are going to have some mishandling, which... inconvenient, but again, compared to losing an entire crop, it's okay to waste one. Bedonia, I don't care. You do something else. Benilda, please take care of this. Okay, and that should be it. Sorry, you got one more to do, and you should be good. And then we'll give these guys leisure time immediately. So, pretty decent response. We should be okay. Make sure everyone chills for... I'll give them 4 hours, since they're probably going to bitch about a bunch of stuff otherwise. Namely Margeria and Aldolf. And just to make sure, I'm actually going to draft and undraft everyone immediately, so they hopefully don't do anything dumb. And then once everyone chills out, we'll fix the schedule. Okay, everyone should be chilled out now. So we'll go ahead and set the schedule back up. Okay, I think we're actually caught up on construction as well. Excellent. Yeah, one thing I do like to do with the mines, and it really depends on if this is going to become a legit cobblestone mine or not, is I do like to cover it for the winter months, since that's when we mainly do our mining. And speaking of, we can probably actually set up the iron mine. All right, so Adonia's actually going to go train her skill, and unfortunately, it looks like... yeah, we actually don't have that much good quality gear. So for now, we gotta actually just go to the range template. Hopefully with time and training, we should be able to get everyone set up with some better stuff. And actually with that in mind, I'm actually gonna bump up the range stuff that we need to make up to 3. Make sure we have some decent stuff there. And that means we can probably set up some of these cutting jobs that I originally wanted to do. We will need to, before I forget, yeah, reset these. And I do have the gardeners at a higher priority, and I have the backups actually at a higher priority on cutting, since I'm going to have them go do this while our best gardeners are focused on gardening. But there's our first 2 trying to do their best. Grisha and Adonia trying to get their skills in. You love to see it. Genuinely have no idea what you're doing that you're getting complaints about as far as the... oh, hello. Margeria idle. Okay, we can fix that pretty easily. I don't think you're doing this, but we do also want to mark some more of these. You can go fishing, though. And we're about to need a lot of wood. I think we barely have any left. Yeah, 98. We're gonna need a lot more than that. Or I'm gonna call it apart there, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty good progress here. We completely revamped the entryway to hopefully give us a bit better opportunity trying to take care of our defenses. We've got this new bridge, so we have better access over here, and we made sure that we have a little bit of a better defense over this way. Go ahead and trim some of these down, actually. And we've actually got some training archery stuff underway, so hopefully our guys can start getting better at combat. And next time, we're gonna get back to more gardening. We should have our first round of seeds coming in. After that, we can go ahead and get regular harvest going. We do still need to rebuild some of our stuff that got destroyed inside last time, so we'll probably open with that. And we also have a lot of wood to gather because we need to do our next round of construction. And I think we'll also, at that point, probably go ahead and try and bring these out so we can have a little bit more efficiency shooting below us. By the time all that's done, or most likely before that gets done, we're gonna have our next siege. So hopefully y'all are looking forward to that. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.